If there is one thing I hate in media or in people's work, it's censorship. Now, let's get to know what censorship really is and what it means. Censorship is the suppression or control of speech, media, or information by governments, private institutions, or other authorities. It involves restricting material deemed objectionable, sensitive, or harmful to protect public morals, maintain security, or enforce political or religious views. This is never good, in my opinion, because it restricts you, the creator, for doing what you really like or what you really want to put in your work. It limits your creativity. Some people might say, censorship is good because it makes your product or creation to be acceptable or suitable for most viewers. To that I say, if people have a problem with seeing some themes in your story and say they are not necessary, then they shouldn't even be fans of your work. Because every scene put in by an author has an intention or purpose behind it. Without those scenes be shown, the story doesn't work. Using the human centipede as an example, the terror of that film does not only come from the idea itself, but from being forced to sit through the surgeon's calm explanation and the sheer dread of what is about to happen. That feeling of horror and disbelief is exactly what gives the scene its power. Without that moment, the film would lose much of its disturbing force. Showing only the aftermath would not create the same level of fear, disgust, or psychological damage. The scene works because it makes the viewer confront the nightmare directly. Another example I give is that you can't say that you're a Deadpool fan, but you hate that he's a merc with a mouth. You cannot say you are a fan of Deadpool while hating the fact that he is a merc with a mouth, because that is one of the core things that makes him who he is. His foul mouth, chaotic humor, and lack of restraint are not random extras. They are part of his identity. Remove that, and you are not preserving the character, you are censoring him into something else. At that point, you do not really like Deadpool. You like a safer version of him that was stripped of what made him unique in the first place. If you remove Deadpool's foul mouth and chaotic personality, then he stops feeling like Deadpool and starts feeling more like Spider-Man. Deadpool is defined by being outrageous, unfiltered, and completely inappropriate. That is not some extra feature you can remove to make him more acceptable. It is part of his identity. Censor that, and you are not improving the character, you are turning him into someone else. Now anime is getting the same treatment. Whenever something gets popular, it's going to be censored. Even real people, just ask Corey. It's like he's not a real person with a live behind his YouTube channel.
I prepared some things that I would like to share with you all. I've stolen before. I've cussed before. I say the word nigga. I've lied about things. I think this one's really gonna resonate with you guys. I've broken promises. And that's just, a few things that I think people need to be reminded of. I'm a regular guy.
And now people are trying to censor anime. The problem is that people still see anime as kids' cartoons, even though they are far from being that. You can watch some anime with kids, but that doesn't suddenly make them appeal to kids. Anime has mature themes that kids don't understand yet, but entertainment to them. You can see this when comparing older and newer versions of series like Dragon Ball. The older Dragon Ball was not afraid to show blood, darker jokes, and a rougher edge. That gave the story a stronger sense of danger and attitude. Newer versions can feel more sanitized and watered down, as if they are trying too hard to be universally safe. And when that happens, something gets lost. It may still be entertaining, but it does not hit with the same force. As a lot of you know, I'm a Boruto fan through and through. I'm excited for the future of the Boruto anime, but I'm also concerned. Some people call themselves Boruto fans while constantly treating parts of the story as problematic, especially certain character designs. At that point, it starts to feel like they do not want to understand the work as it is, but want it changed into something that fits their personal standards. And in my personal opinion, we're not going to see a lot of scenes not being adapted into the anime properly, such as the violent scenes that are in the Boruto manga, plus this iconic page of Boruto and Kawaki, because they will be viewed as being problematic for most viewers. Criticism is normal, but there is a difference between engaging with a story and trying to sanitize it. When that happens too much, it raises the fear that creators will start watering things down to avoid backlash instead of staying true to their original vision. Even in the One Piece live action, Sanji does not fully feel like Sanji to me. Part of what made his character stand out was his over-the-top love for women, his charm, and the way he carried that exaggerated romantic energy. But in modern adaptations, characters like Sanji or Johnny Storm often seem toned down because parts of their personalities are seen as problematic. Characters like Sanji or Johnny Storm can still work, just like they did in City Hunter, one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies. That kind of flirtatious, exaggerated personality can be funny, memorable, and full of energy when it fits the tone of the story. The problem is that people now often judge fictional characters too literally, as if every trait has to be approved by real-world moral standards. But fiction is allowed to be exaggerated. Characters are allowed to be messy, shameless, and flawed if it makes them entertaining. That does not automatically make them bad characters. In many cases, it is part of what makes them iconic. The issue is that when you remove too much of what made them bold, flawed, or excessive, they stop feeling like themselves. A character does not need to be morally perfect to be entertaining or memorable. Sometimes their flaws are part of their identity, and sanding those flaws away can make them feel safer but also less distinctive. The problem with modern adaptation is not that characters are being improved, it is that they are being declawed. It's fiction. Not every character is supposed to be a role model or a guide for real-life behavior. Some characters are exaggerated, messy, flawed, provocative, or even offensive because that is what makes them entertaining and memorable. Treating every fictional trait like a serious moral issue only drains the fun, edge, and individuality out of stories. It is not that deep. A character can be problematic and still be a great character, because fiction is about expression, not perfection. What is the point of making characters perfect from the start? Characters become interesting because of their flaws, not in spite of them. A flawed character has room to grow, to be challenged, to fail, and to change. That is what makes their journey satisfying to watch. If a character already has the right mindset, always says the right thing, and never has anything to learn, then there is no real arc. And without growth, a character can become boring no matter how good they are. Even female anime characters are not safe from censorship or unfair criticism. Characters like Hinata are sometimes dismissed as problematic or badly written simply because they openly embrace their femininity and are not built like battlefield-dominating characters such as Maki from Jujutsu Kaisen. But that comparison is unfair from the start because they were never meant to serve the same role. Not every strong female character has to express strength through combat, dominance, or aggression. It feels like some people think female characters have to be written like male characters in order to be considered well written. If a woman is aggressive, cold, powerful, and constantly involved in battle, she is praised as strong. But if she is gentle, feminine, emotional, romantic, or supports others in quieter ways, people are more likely to dismiss her as weak or badly written. That mindset is narrow. Good writing is not about making every female character act like a male power fantasy. Good writing is about whether the character fits their role, has depth, and is written with purpose. Femininity is not bad writing. Softness is not weakness. A female character should not have to reject traditionally feminine traits just to be seen as valuable. Like in Kill La Kill and Toradora. My point is that censorship can damage a work and water down whatever a creator wants to express. In my opinion, creators should be free to make whatever they want without having to follow restrictions forced on them by other people. Not every story is meant for everyone, and that is fine. If people do not like certain themes, characters, or creative choices, they have the option not to support or consume that work. For example, I do not like Solo Leveling and I do not watch it. But that does not mean it is a bad anime. It just means it is not for me. I personally value storytelling more than animation or flashy fights, so it does not appeal to me in the same way it appeals to others. That is how people should approach media more often. Not everything has to be changed just because it does not match someone's taste.
Where they consider this problematic or this too weird, and then you show an example of something else that counters that, and then they call that weird, and then they say it's like a circle of illogical takes, and it could, because the takes counters themselves the more they move the goalpost. So first it's about age, then and then second it's about body types.
You said, oh, she's thousands of years old. No, she still looks like a teenager. They embark on their journey. Himmel is 16 and they look about the same age. Since she is literally hundreds of years old, I shut up about it. But Nezuko? Come on now, this is weird. I don't care what you say, you can keep your excuses.
Man, Nezuko looking right here. Yeah, I remember that episode during the entertainment district. And this is before I was fully like aware of like this new this new wave of like fans coming into anime. Because remember I told y'all, like, I was like ignorant to anime was something I enjoyed on my own time. It's not really something I went to the internet for as far as like who's talking about this or that. But this was probably like the third instance where I realized, yo, where are these fans coming from that get upset about just normal shit in anime? Like, who are these guys? Like, who are these people? First it was the Sailor Moon, where I called her waifu in a waifu tier list. Then it was the Mushoku Tensei. Well, no, Mushoku Tensei was after this. I remember the episode where Nezuko became a full-fledged demon. I was like, damn, Nezuko looking right. And I remember calling my friend or texting my friend, because this is when the episode was just airing that night. And I was like, yo, did you see the latest episode? I was like, yo, Nezuko looking right. And we were like laughing with each other, because you know that's what we do when the Attack on Titan season was airing every Sunday. I was like, yo, did you watch the latest episode? God damn, Aaron is a beast out here, literally. So, and I remember that next morning I saw YouTubers talking about how people were finding this problem. Man, I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, where are these people coming from? And so this was one of those instances.
Anybody that sells these, anybody that buys these are masking their PDF file tendencies. So on one side of the coin, you have the person whose idea this was, and the person that created this and who brought this into fruition. And then on the other side of the coin, you have the people that spend their hard-earned money. Some of these be hundreds of dollars in order to have this in their home. Don't try to hit you with.
If you do what you want with your own life, you need to be locked. Can we bring elitism back in the anime fandom at this point? Yo, that type of shit is like needed, man. Like, because this shit, like these people, I don't know, man. It's these people that make so much noise that it compels a lot of creators. Well, I don't want my art to be seen as problematic, so they cater their art to appease somebody like him, who's just going to shift the goalposts and find something else problematic with your art. And this is why these type of people should never be taken seriously. This is why these type of people should never be catered to, because they're always going to move the goalposts as far as their stupidity, as far as their illogical takes on anime, where this is the type of person that can't distinguish between fiction and reality. Like, never have I seen a girl in real life with a fucking horn sticking out of her head. and so, like, if a figurine is bought with Nezuko looking right here, all of a sudden they should go to fucking jail. Like, when you see the amount of people that are like, yo, this motherfucker is stupid, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, okay, there's more sane people out here than there are stupid people out here. So yeah.
Oh, that's Awakened Nezuko. She's older. She's not. Nah, it's weird. Y'all know it is. Personally, think this one.
I don't know what it is, yo. I think it's due to anime being popular. This type of thing makes me realize how much the anime community has changed in the last couple of years. Joining spaces you think are creepy, disgusting is really the new meta for normies. I even think it goes beyond that. I think anime is so popular that it gives a lot of people FOMO that don't have a natural interest in anime, and they try to force it to be something they're not naturally into because they don't want to miss out on what everybody else is enjoying. They want to problematize it so much that it fits their taste so they can feel comfortable being a fan of something that everybody else is a fan of. It's sort of it's FOMO and forcing themselves to be a fan of something they're not naturally into. Yes, I approve. Yeah, shout out Nezuko, man. Shout out Nezuko. So I think that's what it is. It's FOMO. You don't want to miss out on what everybody else is a fan of. You see the conversations on social media. Yo, did you see the latest episode of this? Yo, that scene, did you get this reference? And they don't have a natural interest in this medium, but they don't want to miss out on the conversation because maybe due to insecurity or whatever, or just, you know, being lonely. They try to force something they're not naturally into to fit their taste. And that's how you get people like this. Even has a problem with free rent. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, nothing is good enough. Somebody will always have a problem with it. They'll just keep shifting the goalposts. And that's what it is, man. Yo, what's up, Nappy? What's going on? FOMO is definitely the best. I really think that's a huge part of it, FOMO. It's weird is what people say when they can't accept things can exist that you don't like. Right, like, yo, nobody is forcing you to be a fan of this. Like, nobody's putting a gun to your head saying you have to enjoy this. Like, you can enjoy something else, man. Funny how all of this shit that was considered niche back in the day, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, what's the other one? Gathering, what's the card game Gathering? All of these fandoms and realms of entertainment, nobody like was asking for anybody. Nobody was like sending out invitations. Come and join our fandom. Like, if you were a fan of it, you just showed up. And what's happening now is that people are like obsessed with trying to be a fan of something they're not naturally into. Nobody is forcing you to like anime. You don't have to watch it. You can go somewhere else, man. These guys used to bully us for liking anime, and now they're in our own spaces and calling us weird. This is why gatekeeping is important. Yeah, man. Magic the Gathering. That's what I'm thinking about. Magic the Gathering. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. So again, man, like nobody. I don't know what the obsession is with people who aren't naturally into something and then constantly complain about it because it's not fitting their natural taste or what they might be into. Like, you can always go somewhere else. I think a lot of it is FOMO. They see what's popular and they don't want to miss out. I think that's a lot of it. I remember when like anime started, like when I was on Instagram one day, I was just scrolling and I saw just like somebody talking about anime, or I saw an anime clip. I was like, oh, that's weird. Oh, that's like the first time I've seen like an anime clip on Instagram. Why is this popping up in my feed? I was like, oh. Then I started seeing more of it, just a little bit, like around 2018. I was like, is anime getting like popular now? Like, and then it, of course, the wave came out of nowhere. It like went from like 0 to 100, very quickly, like a hockey stick on a graph. So I really think a lot of it is FOMO. It's, I don't want to miss out on what everybody else is into. Damn it, I'm not into what this group of people are into. Let me complain about how much I'm not into it, so it fits what I'm actually into. It's that way of thinking, right?